Today I'm recreating a quilt I've done more times than I can count, but never like this. It's my favorite quilt made in a totally new way, now faster and more fun. Let's get sewing. This video is sponsored by Craftsy. I used to make a lot of quilts for pet rescues, and over the years I've made this pattern so many times that I could practically sew it in my sleep. But here's the thing, I'm in a little bit of a rut. I love quilting and I still have a lot of fun with it, but I keep going back to what's comfortable and familiar. I think it's time for a shakeup. That's one of the things I love most about quilting. There's never just one way to do something. If you're anything like me, you need to feed your quilting love with new ideas every now and then. Otherwise, it's easy to hit a slump where nothing feels exciting anymore and you lose the motivation to sit down and sew. But then the other day, I stumbled on a class that completely turned that around for me. It's a class by Amy Gibson on Craftsy. She took the exact pattern I've made hundreds of times and showed me a totally new way of doing it. I'm a big fan of Craftsy classes, you already know that. Craftsy is an online learning platform for all things creative with more than 2,000 classes, and I use it to learn just about anything from quilting, cooking, painting, you name it. And the moment I saw Amy's class with her fresh take on a string quilt, I knew I had to try it myself. And by now you've probably noticed the first big difference. I am sewing my strips in different directions because that way they're supposed to be straighter. The reason why I've never tried this before is because fabrics, even if they're from the same maker or if you use a jelly roll, are rarely the same size, so it's trickier to make the ends match, as you can see. This next step was a first for me, taking pairs of these fabric mixes and sewing them into tubes. It's such a clever shortcut because instead of cutting two halves of a square and then piecing them together, you can cut the entire square in one go. Now, to cut these tubes into squares, we will need a ruler with a 45-degree marking. I can totally see how this could get messy if the strips were nice and straight, so yeah, Amy did have a point. And this is what makes Craftsy my favorite place to learn new things. Their classes are so thoughtful, they're never rushed. The instructors walk you through the entire project with real care and attention to detail. Just last month, I took a class on Welsh quilting, which I thought was way too complicated. But Tia Curtis broke it down into clear, easy to follow steps, and I had so much fun doing it. And as you can see, we are cutting on the seam, not the edge of the fabric. And we keep doing it until we reach the end of the tube. I can't believe how easy this process is to just sew some strips together and then cut some triangles and immediately get these squares with the perfect size and angle. The more fabric combinations you make, the more diverse your blocks will be. I love it. And there are so many classes like this one on Craftsy. I truly believe it is the best platform out there for quilters. There's so much to choose from. Whether you've been quilting for 6 months or 60 years, there's always something in there that will surprise you. If you've never explored Craftsy before, give it a try. I love it and I think you'll love it too. And the first 1,000 people to click on the link in the description will get a full year of premium Craftsy membership for only $1.49. I mean $1.49 instead of $123 for unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes all year long. This special offer is for new members only and spots are limited, so don't wait. Just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen to get started. Now, if you've ever watched me do a string quilt on this channel, and I've made a few by now, you know that this isn't the way I usually do them. I just take some cheap fabric, cut it into the size I want my blocks to be, and add my strips to that base fabric. Today, I'm not using any base fabric, which makes me nervous. But I am trusting Amy here, so let's see how I do. This is so incredibly different from what I usually do, I am a little bit nervous. Now, this is the one step I would probably not take if Amy didn't tell me to. To cut off the dog ears, to correct any wonkiness from our pressing, and because, you know, what are the odds we cut these perfectly every single time? So we use our 45-degree angle as a guide and we trim these into 7 inches and 3/4. For some reason, when it comes to trimming, I am very lazy. As long as the block is somewhat roughly the size I need, I just leave it and then end up paying a very hefty price when it's time to put it all together. I'll get mismatched corners or puckers to try and keep a larger block contained. Yeah, it can be a real mess, and when it happens, it is entirely my fault for skipping this step. For beginners, these steps make all the difference in an overall good result. They are made to make life easier for you when the moment comes to put it all together, so keep that in mind. And we're good to go. Now that we have all these pretty string blocks all ready to go, it's time to see what they can do. Amazingly enough, string quilt blocks are actually very versatile. You can create all sorts of different patterns with them. But today, Amy calls the shots, and this is the pattern we're looking for. I already have a big list of all her classes I'd like to take next. And let me tell you about Amy, because she's a girl after my own heart. For starters, she likes to rip fabric.
Don't be wimpy about this. You have to just put your muscle into it.
She also likes to play around with the design, and she knows that everything looks better with a little bit of sashing thrown in. So that's what we're doing now. We are adding sashing between these blocks and making it even more special. So let's do that. And if you think about it, when you're a beginner, adding sashing that immediately expands the size of your quilt without having too much extra work is kind of genius. For the row sashing, she cuts all the pieces before sewing, which I guess will help make things a bit straighter. I usually just take one big strip and add as many blocks as possible, but let's give this a try. It's kind of fun having other people making decisions for you. I haven't really done many sewing or quilting classes, but I am enjoying this. My mind does keep thinking of ways I want to change it or do it my way, but the whole point of this is not doing things my way, so that's why I'm behaving. Kind of. All that's left for us to do for this quilt top is adding a frame around it to give it a nice finish. And this is what we have, a pretty string quilt top done in a completely different way from what I usually do. I love it, I really do. I hope you do too. Don't forget to check out Craftsy's amazing offer by clicking the link in the description, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!